everybody. AG's here, and IJ is here as well.
Hello, I'm here to do something I've never done before. Skydive. No, I am here to play Phoenix Wright. I know some of the memes. I know many of the memes, but I've never played the series.
Yeah.
I've never played the Eat Your Hamburgers Apollo game.
Yeah. So, go to new game and then pick the middle file. Oh wait, no. Yeah, Ace Attorney.
Ace Attorney, this one?
Yeah.
Is it the first one?
Yes.
That shows you how much I know about this series. Oh yeah, it is the first one. This is Turnabout, that's right.
Yeah, so you're gonna want to click on that one. I've played the first one to test it out, so it's episode 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I'm gonna just squeeze back in.
No, this is the case where I know everything about this case and I know nothing about any of the other ones.
That's fair.
Is the one where the guy kills her with a statue.
Yes.
And then, where's the one where it's Phoenix Wright, who is the
This is
case
Phoenix Wright.
No, I mean
Oh,
the
where
one
he's the victim?
where he's the defendant.
I think that's like in 3.
Mm-hmm. He's been the
Oh no,
defendant.
my boxes. I've got to find something to pin this on.
Someone like... I just think of, what's
Someone
his
like
name?
him. Yes, the man from Ghost Trick.
No, what's his name? He is Principal Skinner? He is Principal Skinner. He looks like Principal Skinner to me.
I hope not.
Which is sad, because Principal Skinner is my favorite character in The Simpsons. Even figuring in what they did with his
Clearly
character.
Milhouse is the best character.
No, this is just not true. He's
Okay,
fun.
you're gonna want to press A.
No, really?
Yeah. Boy, am I nervous.
Right!
Oh, hi, Chief. Yes, that is actually his voice.
Woo, I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. I mean, you just got back onto a parole. You probably shouldn't be here.
No, that was like 2 or 3 years ago at this point.
It says a lot
And not in
about
canon
you
yet.
and your client and our legal system.
Oh, the legal system is weird.
It's
thanks.
It's Japan's legal system.
It's Japan's legal system, but America's bureaucracy, so it's great.
You mean it's awful?
It's a great system. No, everyone benefits. Clearly. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor.
A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before the case? Probably this is why we took the case in the first place, and now you should know about this. I can't see it past the mic.
I'm gonna slightly...
I can't see how loud I'm talking past the microphone.
Yeah, I was like, okay, we're gonna get ready, and then I just like, okay, I'm gonna just talk like this now. I was like, no, you have to raise it a bit, and now you're just yelling at it, and I was like, come on.
John, you know how we live in this house. It's dangerously.
Yeah. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons why I became an attorney in the first place.
Well, that's news to me. You really would think she would know about this.
Yeah, you would think the person who got him off of got him off of a case would know this.
Would have seen him at the trial or something.
I want to help. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over. My life and everything is all over.
Sir, please don't break any more tables. We can't possibly afford any more.
I can't help but flip. Oh, what was that from?
I've never seen a man flip a table quite as destructively as that.
Oh, right. It was on my wall. I've got a table to flip.
Is that your client screaming over there? Because you really need to tell him to stop.
Yeah, it's him. Death, despair, oh. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die!
Security!
It sounds like, yeah.
It sounds like he wants to die. No! Mia, who gave you that idea?
Yeah.
Everyone in that friend group is dramatic, I'm sure. I mean, have you seen Edgeworth?
Yes, I have seen Mr. Edge. He's British
great.
Edge, so it's great.
He's great.
Hey, Nick. Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die.
Don't believe you.
What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's over. I'm finished. I'm finished. I can't live in a world without her. I just can't.
I love that his name is... I love the names of these characters. His name is just Butts with a Z.
No, they're all appropriately named. They are all appropriately named for what their job description is.
I know that, and that's what makes it so beautiful.
Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away?
Who repoed my car?
The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? Newspapers say it was you. My name's Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. I was once in a fighting game, but now I'm here. No, but like, my first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy the guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts, my friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts.
I love this game series. I already did, but I've never actually gotten around to playing it.
In the 23 years I've known him, this has usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But
He
I know...
broke 13 mirrors throwing that table around. So as you can see, he's just dripping with bad luck.
But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. Which is why I took the case to clear his name. Then I'll lower the game volume just slightly. There we go. Okay. And that's just what I'm going to do. I probably missed a few, like, words in that, but oh well.
You missed several, but it's all good.
Oh well. It's not like we can replay this whole thing.
August 3rd, 10 o'clock a.m., District Court.
The year was...
Courtroom number 2.
The year was,
In the year of 2193 of our Lord, Gabe Newell.
I believe the first game is actually set in, like, 2015.
How did I remember that?
Is in 2015, and this game came out in like 2006 or somewhere around there. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts.
No one laugh. Earl, I heard you over there. This is a serious courtroom.
Prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
You can do the voice if you want.
Uh-huh.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright? Is this your first trial? This is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm, a little nervous.
Oh, don't tell the prosecution that.
Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope that you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor.
Fraser is unimpressed.
Yeah. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness.
And if you fail, we shall feed you to the pigs. No, real pigs.
Yes, Your Honor. No. Hands shaking. Eyesight fading.
They're gonna feed me to the pigs.
The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. You can press R at any time to see the... Oh. Please state the name of the defendant.
MFA.
You could press R to see the evidence. And then you can press R again to see the people involved.
What does left do?
Oh, I actually don't know at this point.
Nothing. It does jack and squat.
Yeah, right now at least. Defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct.
What if you just say yourself? Do they arrest you?
No, I think they take pity on you. It's like, okay, dude.
I almost want to go back now and just.
There are some times in which saying the wrong answer is hilarious, and it's great. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question.
This is a murder. No.
Tell me what the victim's name is. I know this one. Glad I read the case report over cover to cover so many times. It's, wait. Uh-oh. No. Oh, I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here.
Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name!
Oh, the victim. Of course I know the victim's name. I, just forgot. Temporarily.
I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press the R button to check it at any time, okay? Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. I mean, literally, my career is on the line here, too.
Mr. Wright, who was the victim in this case?
It's Cindy Stone, right? Yeah!
Although, Cindy Block is great because that's actually what the pun was. Because it's one of the few times in which a name doesn't have a pun. And they use it as like a trick. It's great. Also, his name is Winston Payne. And it's great.
Cindy Stone.
Correct. Now tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was... struck once with a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then. First, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne?
Yes, Your Honor.
As Mr. Wright had told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what the object was?
The murder weapon was the statue of the thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim.
I see. The court accepted this into evidence.
Right? Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added to the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use the R button to check the record frequently. Mia, where's the R button?
He starts slapping his own body. He's like, what are you doing?
I'm trying to find the R button.
Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness.
The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand.
Chief, what do you want? What do I do now?
Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Why not? Just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate.
Oh, don't worry, he will. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad.
Ahem. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you?
Hey, watch it, buddy. We were great together. We were like Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antony.
Oh, dude. All those people died tragically in the same room together of poisoning.
Trying to figure out a good level for the audio, but I guess that's as good as I'm gonna get. Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped. She wasn't taking in my phone calls or seeing me. Ever. What's it to you anyway?
Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder.
What do you mean, one of them? Lies, all lies. I don't believe a word of it.
Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died.
Hate to break it to you, Judge, but I think this might be a therapy session.
Passport added to the court record. Okay, victim was home on July the 30th, the day before the murder.
Don't worry, it gets weird.
No, I was just trying to... I almost said September.
The 30th month. Indeed. She appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way.
The victim was a model but did not have a large income. It appeared that she had several sugar daddies.
Daddies? Sugar?
Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle.
Dude!
I like how his shirt has the same glassy-eyed expression that he does.
Yeah, a little.
We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Right? I don't think you want him to answer that question.
Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I,
I should stop him from answering, shouldn't I?
Maybe? My client has no idea the victim was seeing other men. I mean, clearly. This question is irrelevant to the case. Oh, wince. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog?
Hurry. Ugh.
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna just drop dead. Yeah, when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this.
Well, at least he didn't incriminate himself.
Let's continue with the trial, shall we?
I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone.
Yeah, quite. Oh boy, this is not looking so good.
Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not?
Well, I'm gonna just imagine that he said gulp audibly instead of actually, like, gulping.
Me too. That he turned down his own mic so that he could loudly gulp in the room.
Got,
My hair
got, like,
is
some
just
weird hair knots?
matted because it's too long.
You say this when my hair is longer.
Yes,
and
but
I have no problems.
But my hair has a weird effect where it's curly only when it wants me to suffer. Otherwise, it looks like completely straight.
It's completely straight, and then right at the bottom, it basically gets like...
Turns to a Gordian knot.
Yeah.
While still looking straight, so I don't even get to enjoy it. Well, did you or did you not?
Well, maybe I did, and maybe I didn't.
Were you or were you not arrested?
Oh no, he went. What do I do?
I have to allow him to answer honestly, since that is a legitimate question that needs to be answered.
Well, yeah. Oh, I know. I'll send him a signal. Okay, if you do the other one, he starts hitting a piece of paper and saying "lie like a dog." It's like, okay, yeah, I was there. I went. Order. Well, Mr. Butts. Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man. So, like, I didn't even see her.
Objection! Your Honor, the defendant is lying.
Lying?
What? Lying in a courtroom under oath?
When does that ever happen?
No one's ever done that. The prosecution would like to call a witness who could prove Mr. Butts is lying.
Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness?
The man who found the victim's body. Just before making the gruesome discovery, he saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime.
Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, this is bad.
On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sawit to the stand.
Yeah, he saw it. Yeah, that's the type of puns that you're getting into in this.
I love this game. This game's amazing. Frank saw it.
Yeah, these are the type of puns.
Mr. Shoulders. Mr. Sawit, you sell newspaper subscriptions. Is this correct?
Oh yes, newspapers, yes. Mr. Sawit, can you proceed with your testimony? Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder.
Okay. Witness account.
I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing the apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. I think it was strange. I looked inside the apartment.
That's how we wound up getting in. Okay.
Then I saw her lying there. A woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a payphone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building.
Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout?
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawit used was one of them. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Oh, this is going to be really useful for this trial, because I know what to do for this trial. Right, electricity to Miss Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. So the crime had to take place during those points, is what they're saying.
Yeah. Because of the witness account. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor?
I got it.
You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination? Man, that's a loud plane.
Alright, right. This is the real deal.
What exactly am I supposed to do?
Why you expose the lies in the testimony the witness just gave you.
Lies? What? He was lying?
Under oath? Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony.
That's fair.
Or is your client really guilty? In which case, we will have to make a completely different type of trial.
There was only one time in which Phoenix Wright ever defended someone who was actually guilty, and he got out of his non-losing streak by having him be convicted of something else instead.
Can you go grab my water from my room? fast?
Yeah, sure.
I'll read these. How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the victim's face. And then kill him!
No, don't kill him. The judge, like, walks over, like, please do not kill your witness. Okay. Open the court record with the R button. Yes,
Then point out the contradictions in the testimony.
So I believe one of the buttons is to... Yeah, the R button is to press, and the R is to present the evidence. So you're going to want to press L to basically... You're going to want to save, by the way. Middle one. You're going to want to press everything to try to get some sort of insight. Yeah. Wasn't a man leaving an apartment a common sight? I find it odd that you would take notice of him.
Especially when it might be his apartment.
Yeah, but as he said, like, he did leave the door open, so...
The cause of death is between 4 and 5 p.m. Can I examine anything yet?
No, you can't actually, like, look deeper into an item.
Because it's
That
not in my hands.
Yeah, those 3 lines of text is... Those 3 lines of text is all you get.
Electricity to Mrs. Stone's building was out from noon to 6, which is during the time there, which explains the phone, except it doesn't because the phone was broken, so that she couldn't call for help. Isn't this, like, in one of the cases, the items you have to present to
You have to actually present the attorney's badge to say, of course, they, it was like, I always present my attorney's badge, and they're like, yeah, he actually does kind of present his attorney's badge, and everyone kind of makes fun of him because he keeps presenting his attorney's badge.
I find it odd.
I find it odd you would take notice of him. I don't know. He just seemed strange to me, that's all.
What world do you live in? He's the most normal guy in this whole game besides Phoenix.
Yeah, the only thing weird about him is that he's very, very loud. Like, he was mad and yet frightened at the same time. Just like a criminal fleeing the scene of a crime. Defense requests the witness refrain from conjecture. Of course.
Of course. What the witness means is that the man saw he looked suspicious. So what happened next?
Half open, you say? Yes, the door was halfway open, yes? I watched for a moment, but no one came to close the door. That's odd in a big city like this, I thought.
I see, and what happened next?
The reason you want to press is not only to get more dialogue, but you also kind of like see how their argument can fall apart when pressed on it. And there are actually some times in which pressing evidence actually gets you more pieces of dialogue going on. So this is always like a good general practice.
Mm-hmm.
What gave you the idea to look inside? Well, the door was half open, you see. Is it only human to want to peek?
Huh.
We climb mountains because they're there. It's the same thing.
Truer words have never been spoken. Anyone would look inside.
Why did Pain cut him off so quickly?
So you looked into the apartment. What happened then?
Okay. Are you thinking?
Yeah. There's nothing to present right now.
Not yet. Are you sure she was dead? Well, no, I guess I wasn't. But she wasn't moving at all, and there was blood everywhere. Nah, I guess that would look fatal to anyone. Very well, what happened next?
If you didn't go inside, yeah, you didn't touch anything in the apartment.
Yes, I mean, no, nothing.
You didn't even touch the phone to check if it wasn't working. He never went inside.
Yeah, never went inside.
Is there any way to present something right now?
Just go on a little bit more. I thought they called the
I
police.
should have pressed it, but there was nothing to present for evidence that he was wrong.
It loops back,
Yeah.
and you could always like shift to left and right using the thumbstick.
Wait, I can do that for
Yeah.
different.
You thought to call the police? Doesn't that mean you actually didn't call them? Please listen to the rest of the testimony. You thought to call the police. What happened next? So the idea is that he is recanting the entire thing.
Okay.
I don't think you could present the idea yet because you don't have evidence. So like,
Yeah, because it's like we don't. I wish I could speak into like. So he didn't go inside. So he didn't touch the phone to check.
I mean, go to evidence.
How?
So present. Go forward one. Oh, it's back.
This?
Forward. Okay, go to present.
Okay, I'm gonna save right here. I see I'm already getting into the mechanics of Phoenix Wright.
Yeah. Okay.
There's nothing to present for that.
And you can't look at profiles because it's not until a later game in which you could actually present a profile as a piece of evidence. So just press. Phone in her apartment wasn't working? Yeah, I mean, no, it wasn't, right? You said you didn't go into the apartment, did you? Huh, oh, that. I could explain that. There was a cordless phone on the shelf of the entranceway. I reached inside and tried to use that to call.
And the phone wasn't working, correct? What happened next? Sorry, I just...
That's fine.
Let me turn that down.
Okay. Let's press it again. Why use a public phone?
Yeah, why not use the main office of the apartment?
Meh, that's fair. This is also a time in which cell phones were a thing. We actually see this in a later case. They're still all flip phones. Even like the most recent game do not have smartphones. They all still have flip phones. It is actually really funny. It's supposed to be like 2028, but no one uses a smartphone. It's so good. Love it.
Sorry, that's stuff for my wedding that's coming up.
Yeah, it was like you're always like need to be on your phone, so it's you can't just mute it like mine.
No, I can't. Yeah, that is the
Speaking
thing.
of which. Well, you see, I don't have a cell phone. And being in the middle of the afternoon, there was no answer at the nearby apartments. Huh, right. What time did you call again? Did you catch it?
Yes.
No. Go to her autopsy.
And press present.
You could, or you could press the topic to hear more information.
Okay.
1 p.m. Are you certain? Yes, absolutely.
Now do I go back and present it?
Seems really confident. 1 p.m.
Right, doesn't that seem strange to you?
Yeah, it actually stops you if you are doing that. So you press X to present. Since I had the 3DS version, I can actually yell objection into the microphone and get him to say it.
You found the body at 1 p.m. You're sure?
Yeah. Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at somewhere after 4.
Because he was looking at a clock when he was killing her.
There was nobody, or no body, to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? Oh,
Objection, this is trivial. This is not trivial. This is a discrepancy of 3 hours.
Bump the microphone on accident. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Why are you so certain that you found the body at 1? Well, gee, that's a really good question.
Why do you think it's 1 p.m. when it was very clearly 4? Could there have been a 3-hour gap because she was in Paris?
Yeah,
as you know, I know this case very well.
And it's really funny because, like, you look back on it and you're like, man, this is a very open and shut case. What the heck?
All you do is have to point out the contradiction. Lies always beget more lies. And isn't that the crux of this entire series?
Yes.
See through one and their whole story falls apart.
Now, how about we pause it right here, and next time we're gonna continue on with the rest of this, we're gonna continue on with the rest of the trial. See you guys then.
That's fair.